Hi, I'm Jeff with Chandler Systems, and today we're going to talk about replacing or cleaning a quartz sleeve on one of our UV systems. So depending on the quality of your water, this may be something that you want to do every time you change your lamp. You may need to do it more frequently, but ideally you have good pretreatment in front of your water and you don't have a lot of things building up on your sleeve. Regardless, it is recommended periodically to pull out your quartz sleeve and clean it to make sure that it's clean and clear, that the UV can do its job effectively, or just replace it. So if you're going to do that, first we want to unplug the unit, and you're going to want to take pressure off of your lines. So where water comes in here at the bottom, you should have a shutoff valve somewhere near the inlet. If you don't, just shut off your main. Either way, we want to shut off the incoming water and then open a cold tap somewhere downstream to take pressure off of the system. If you have a shutoff valve somewhere near the outlet of the system, go ahead and shut that off also. If not, that's fine, pressure's off the system. Just be aware if you have a multi-story house and you don't have a shutoff valve here, you may have some water draining back down into the system. So first we're going to start by disconnecting this ground lug screw. And then you're going to remove the lamp by pushing down on the socket, and it's just a quarter turn, you'll feel it pop up, and disconnect the socket from the lamp. Pull the lamp straight up and out, and it might be hot, so it's a good idea to let this cool down for a little while before you proceed. Either way, make sure that you're only touching the ceramic ends of the lamp. Go ahead and set that aside. So since you have to remove the lamp anyway, this is an ideal thing to do during your annual lamp maintenance. But if it's not time to change your lamp yet, just go ahead and set it aside and you can reuse it. I'm going to unscrew this gland nut. So then we can go ahead and pull out the quartz tube. I'm going to go ahead and remove the O-ring first so that I don't lose it. And then just pull the tube straight up and out. Be very careful. And this is another component that ideally you would want to be wearing gloves when touching this. You don't want to get any fingerprints on the tube. Now there is a spring inside the tube. I'm going to go ahead and take that out. And at this point, I could clean the tube with some kind of a non-abrasive glass cleaner, or depending on the condition that it's in, if it's very scaled up or if it's gotten broken, you would just want to replace it with a new sleeve. Now, if you don't know what model of replacement sleeve you need, you can find that printed on the label on the side of your reactor. It'll also say on the display of the controller if you have one of the full color displays. So assuming that you've got your new quartz sleeve all cleaned off, or you're replacing it with a new one, go ahead and drop it straight down into the reactor. Be very careful to drop it straight down and not crack it, and you'll feel it catch down into what we call the basket. At the bottom, inside of the reactor, there's a basket that the quartz tube sits into that holds it into place. Next, I'm going to drop my spring in. And the spring is what provides pressure against the lamp to keep it tight against the socket. Now I'm going to install my O-ring, and every replacement quartz sleeve comes with a new O-ring. So this O-ring just sits at the top of the reactor here. It seals in between this stainless lip and the outside of the quartz sleeve. So then I'm going to screw the gland nut back into place. And then we can go ahead and reinstall our lamp. Just drop it straight down into the reactor and you'll feel it hit the spring there. And then you can go ahead and reinstall the socket. This is keyed, so it'll only go one way. Plug it into the end of the lamp, and then you're just going to push that down and quarter turn. You'll feel it lock into place. And then we can reinstall the ground lug screw. Then you can go ahead and plug it back in. And once it's gone through its startup sequence, you can go ahead and turn your water back on, open a cold tap downstream and let your water run for a few minutes just to get the air out of your lines, and then you're ready to go.